Mr. Trout, could you please tell me what the motion was? I know it is to amend the agenda.
The motion was to amend the agenda to add action item F.
F.
F, as in Frank. Approval of principal for Vogel Wetmore. Question.
Thank you.
Two board members that were involved in the interview process, would they like to comment?
Will this be discussion on a motion, or are we just generally discussing?
Okay. Can I have a motion for approval of the principal for Vogel Wetmore?
So moved.
Second.
Chris Carl. Discussion.
Now, comment? An excellent choice. The process was very open, transparent, enabled a lot of people to ask questions and afterwards discuss. The candidates were given a chance to show themselves. We had 4 excellent candidates, brought down to 2, perceived by the divided team in each case to be the 2 top in those groups, and either one of them would be fine. This one will be, I think, excellent principal for both of Whitmore School. And I commend the superintendent for the process and for the way it played out.
I share John's exact thoughts as well. I thought the process was handled very well. 2 different teams with 2 different sets of questions, and both sets of teams came up with the same 2. I think he's going to be an excellent choice, very high energy, and I think it's going to be a nice moving in the direction that we want that school to continue to move in. So,
Thank you. Any other discussion?
I have just a question because I wasn't able to make those interviews. Do you, either of you feel that this is a person that's going to stick with us?
I think as much as you can tell anyone will. There's no reason to think he won't.
Okay.
I do have that.
Yes, please.
Mr. Kelly.
May I?
Yes.
I think that's an excellent question. Cheryl and I interviewed both candidates yesterday, and I would just like to say that all my years in corporate management and also in education, that I totally agree with Mr. Kisco and Mr. Creighton. The gentleman's an excellent candidate. In the interview, he stated unequivocally that his intent is to stay in the district for a long period of time, and that this is a commitment that he's ready and willing to make. So, thank you.
and he comes from a school background in terms of its composition, it's very similar to Vogel as well, and so he's a good match from where he's coming from as well.
He also speaks
Yes.
Spanish pretty
Yes.
fluently.
But also was part of a school that was in, of course, 44 elementary schools.
Yeah, it's a
Now,
huge
first,
district.
You know, and theirs was at the bottom, and they finished in the middle after 2 years. So, and he knew how to get there.
In only a year.
2 years.
August 2000.
2 years.
2 years.
This year.
He's going into the second.
And he would be entering his 3rd year. But I want approval first before I go public with it, and check to let him know.
But it is public now. So we
Yeah,
don't have
but
this.
we haven't said the name, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of any reason not to appoint this
Yeah.
person.
Thank you, John.
All those in favor? Unanimous. Comments for the good of the order? Andrew?
A couple of months ago, I asked about what the board, what the chairman and the administration was going to do is about getting the refunds from the tax collector. Have we received that refund check yet from the tax collector?
Not to my knowledge.
We wrote a letter requesting.
If you've done what you think is reasonable as an administration to get, which the records show, the city, it's $3,750. I would make a recommendation that the administration contact the Torrance Police Department and ask if there's been any criminality to the fact that, based upon your good faith effort to try to receive these funds that are owed the Board of Education, if they would look into any potential criminal elements that may exist. Because it's our money, we have a right to the money, and I'm not positive why we're not receiving the money.
If I may add, as soon as you said you wrote a letter, there is actually a refund form filled out. Yeah, so with all due respect, I hear what Andrew's saying. I don't think there's anything criminal here, but very honestly, I don't think that he'll be very forthcoming in telling you that's what you have to do.
Okay.
So there's a form. I'll make sure our office sends it out to you.
Is it on your website? Okay.
We'll get it to
You'll
you.
send it over?
We will.
Thank you.
Carl?
I got, and I assume everyone else did, some mailings from CAVE about some board member professional development that's going on. Our membership is ending, but one of them, the 4th Annual CAVE Summer Leadership Conference, is coming up Tuesday, July 22nd, from 2 p.m. to, I believe it is 7:30. I plan on attending, so I'd like to encourage, if anyone else is interested, the topics are on the elements of board leadership, working with your superintendent and school business official on the district budget, and then how does the board lead the district and community in a time of great change. So I think those are all relevant things that we tackle day to day and month to month as board members, and getting some guidance in professional development might be something worth pursuing as a professional development opportunity for us as board members. So.
Thank you. Chris?
No,
Dylan?
Well, my usual, East School, and I would encourage other board members to please be good with their East School is very proud of their accomplishments, some of which are meeting and in many cases exceeding their goals, dramatically increasing family engagement school-wide. They have a beautiful school garden, and the parents sign up to take care of it throughout the summer. Bless you. Their East School Teacher of the Year was Erin French. Their Parent Educator of the Year was Jolene Lesniewski, which is also represented the district as a Torrington Parent Educator of the Year. And they're very proud of their graduating 5th graders. They're in session one day longer than the other schools here. They need to go tomorrow because in December they had to close the school because of excessive illness. And they wish everyone a happy, restful, and safe summer.
Sure. Good. Dan? John?
School Center Community Picnic on Saturday at Cove Park, and I thank the superintendent for helping the group that's promoting that to do so through the school center. Should be a good time if anyone wants to show up.
Just so you know, Mr. Bissetta and I will be up at the middle school with emergency rehearsal.
I'll meet you there.
Right?
Just, again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, just wish to urge the board, at a time when municipalities across the state and across the nation are trying to eliminate some of these post-employment benefits. I just urge you to really look at these contracts, look at those benefits, because it's the taxpayers that have to bear that cost. So just be mindful of that, and that's it. See everyone Saturday at are any of the board members going to that emergency? No?
No.
See you there, Cheryl.
Committee reports, personnel.
wise, it's very active time of the year. The only thing right now that we have going on is we are trying to get the individual operational binders from each department actually in hand. Thus far, the only department that's even presented a basic operational version with the understanding of how the department operates has been human resources. Obviously, we've had several key department heads leave this year, and hopefully, as time moves on, there proves no gaps in the system. But the sooner we get these operational binders done, the better. And hopefully, after we get finished with the contracts, we can force everybody into getting this taken care of.
Policy.
Oh, what is it? We're continuing with the wellness policy, work experience, community service to go along with the graduation policy that needs to be changed. We're looking into a tutoring policy, bylaws, and such.
If you get a chance, you can look into an electronic meeting policy, that'd be great.
Okay. Not bad.
Grievance. She's not here, sorry. School improvement.
We are continuing to look into a couple of things. One of the ones that we've been working on is developing and kind of coalescing around the idea of doing a school honor board. Because one of the things we talked about was making kids college and career ready. When you go to college, a lot of colleges have an honor and ethics council or an honor board that deals with student kind of integrity infractions, and we kind of want to start getting some buy-in with that here in the school district, especially at the high school. And Mr. Inman's been working to move that forward and kind of get some students involved in the process as well, since ultimately it would be what they would be running and being able to regulate themselves. We're also working on getting some facts and figures for world languages in terms of using them at the elementary grades and what that would cost, and using our CABE membership to reach out to CABE to see what other boards of education are doing in terms of that, how much it costs, what the implementation costs were, hiring, all of that, using the CABE membership that is expiring. I'm just going to keep harping on that for a minute. And then also, the manufacturing initiative is moving forward, and we are also looking at cost-effective ways to broaden the TAG initiative, and we have reached out to CABE to see what other member school districts are doing with that. So.
Excuse me, I forgot to add for policy, we're also had a special meeting with the booster clubs to kind of get everyone on the same page. We're continuing, we had a great meeting, and that will be continuing.
Can I get these passed back, please? Because there's no action taken. Budget.
Approaching a quiet time of year, which is a nice change. We're not expecting any unforeseen deficit at the end of the year, so it's just what we've already known about, and that there's a plan on how to mitigate that deficit, which is good news. And there's a $40,000 savings, I think it was reported in the paper, for this new technology contract compared to what we thought it would cost as far as the per pupil cost formula, so that's good news. And the business office is continuing to compile the data necessary for us to review what savings, if any, can be realized by switching banks for our student activity accounts.
Right now, we're with the credit.
Just for student activity accounts. Or that's it.
Ed Connection?
Ed Connection, Board of Directors met the first Thursday of the month and elected officers for the coming year, and will meet again until the beginning of September. The Policy Council for Early Head Start met on Tuesday. I went to that meeting, and things continue to be in pretty good shape there. personnel turnover, maybe more than usual, but that's about the extent of anything noteworthy there. And the graduation in connection for the adult ed program took place last night. I went to that, and the graduation that we usually have in this room before our June board meeting was combined into that session. It went very well. It always does up there.
That was their request this year.
And Sue Lemowski represented us very well. Cheryl was busy talking to candidates for the local principalship, and Sue, very appropriate remarks.
THS?
I would like to be put on the agenda of the retreat. We can talk about it.
Not going on this one. It's full.
Okay, then it's not,
Sorry.
that's fine.
Other than that, nothing?
No, well, I went to the School Governance Council and the PTO meetings this month.
Andrew, Turf Committee?
We have a meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Everything's moving along fast and expeditiously. So, that's it.
Items for upcoming agenda? Financial reports, committee reports, anybody have anything? Next one would be August. All right. Non-union contracts? And 1579.
I think we should try to get a special meeting in July
Yeah.
to deal with these contracts.
Well, we already,
I know we're going to vote on, I know we're tentatively looking to do it in August, but I think if personnel can deal with the issues that were raised tonight, and then we can,
it doesn't go through personnel.
it's not going to, who's going to deal with the issues that were discussed tonight?
It's the superintendent's responsibility to bring these contracts back to us.
Okay, well, she's heard several ideas that the board is concerned about. I would assume if she can renegotiate, rehash these things, if she can, whenever she accomplishes that, if she can get that to the chairman of the board, and then maybe the chairman could reach out to the board so as to see if we can meet as a group to bang these out.
Good.
If not, then it's not.
Policy has no July meeting, school improvement has no July, personnel budget have no July. I was unable to get anyone to respond to the email for the board retreat on the weekend, so we are no longer having that. July 17th from 5 to 9 at Midgeon Avenue, we will be having our board retreat. The topic will be roles and responsibilities, hiring, contracts, etc. for the board and superintendent. Motion to adjourn. Chris, second. Andrew, all those in favor? Oh, sorry, discussion. All those in favor?